Hello guys, today I'm going to walk you through the basics of React Native, the installation, and start creating your first React Native app. Okay, so let's get started. React Native is a cloud platform where you can build both Android and iOS apps without using multiple of languages. So let's start in. Okay, what I have here is I have my terminal being open. So the first step is you are going to install React Native on our machine. And React Native, you can start creating your React Native app using two ways. One is using the React Native command line that has come with, that came with React Native by default. And another alternative is to use what is called Expo. Expo gives you a wrapper to facilitate your development with ease. When you go with the bare installation using the React Native, it's a little bit complicated. So I will stick with using Expo for creating your first app. Okay. So first, let's install Expo by going to expo.io. Okay, I have it open here. And first step is that is introduction to Expo and get started. So first, make sure you have your Node.js being installed. So after you install your Node.js, I believe you have it. If you don't have it, go to nodejs.com or .org and then install Node.js on your machine. After that, come to expo.io and get started section. The first command is what npm install global expo CLI. This is a platform where it's going to help us to start our development with ease. Okay, so first install Expo by using this command. Okay, npm install. If you are using yarn, you can use yarn add global expo CLI. Actually, I have it already, so open your terminal and then run this command. Okay, actually I have it already, so I will create it and then go to the next step. Okay, so next step is that let's create our first React Native app by using this command called expo init and then the name of your project. Okay, so I have my folder. I have to navigate into my folder on my desktop, and I have a folder called tutorials. Okay, so here is what I'm going to run expo init. This is the command to create your first React Native apps. So expo init and then the name of your app. I'll make it my first app and then hit enter. Okay, and to ask you this question. Okay, one is choose a template, use arrow keys up and down. One is blank, that is give a minimal apps as clean, so select blank and it will install all the dependencies under the hood. So while you are waiting, let's talk a little about React Native. So go to reactnative.dev. You see their official website, and first step is we will come to the docs. Okay, to get us started. And the way React Native works is equally same as if you have worked with if you have worked with React.js for web, is equal as that, and but a little bit different, but in a slightly way. And the difference is about how the components are being imported. Almost the same actually, but the way some of the components works in React.js for web, it cannot be used in the React Native app. Okay. Okay, so while it's still loading, okay, so come to reactnative.dev and first section is what introduction, and it will walk you through introduction and how to use the docs. Okay, and the prerequisite for React Native According to the official documentation, it's about knowing a little about JavaScript, the ESS, JavaScript, the Expo operator, map, and that stuff. Okay, so if you come to the prerequisite for this to be able to understand React Native, when you come to dive in here, they have some recommendations that you can go through for beginners. JavaScript, React is all about JavaScript. Okay, and I'll expect you to know basics of map, the ES6 features in JavaScript like Expo operator, functions, and other stuff. Okay, so wow, so okay, good, you're good to go. So now let's navigate into our project. We name it as first app, and then I will open my Visual Studio Code. If you don't have it, you can go to Google and search for VS Code. That's what I'm using for my text editor. Okay, you can download and install. It's really fantastic tool for code intelligence and other stuff. Okay, so when it's open here, now let's look at the folder structure. Let me make it a little bit bigger, and let's see. Actually, if you have worked with React before, it's almost same. We have our Expo shirt because Expo is just a wrapper around React Native, make our life a little bit easier. And the asset folder is where you keep your local files, for example, your pictures, your fonts, all must be in the asset folder. Okay, we'll come back to that. And this node module is Node.js environment able to run our files. All the dependencies we install will be installed inside this folder called node modules. Okay, so if you crack in, you can install a lot of dependencies that help us to run our React Native app. Okay, so for this one we don't touch it. And then .git ignore file. If you want to push your file to GitHub for other side, for example, when you want to push JS, you have to git ignore into this file. And the app.js is the main entry for our app. This is where we're going to work most of our time with it. And the app.json file here for now, we will not touch it. We will touch it here when we're about to publish to either Apple Store or Google Play Store. So for the meantime, let's close this file, and package.json file will show you all the dependencies we installed and the command you are going to run. So look here. Under the script, we have what is called start, and then start will start Expo command to open your app. If you want to open only Android app, just use yarn. If you're using npm Android or whatever you are using, so most of the times you use yarn, and this will start both Android and iOS for us. Okay, and you can see that our dependencies here, we have Expo and React, and that's that. Cool. All right, so the next one we are going to talk about is we are still preparing for actual development. So next is you need your, let me say, simulator to able to work with it. Actually, React Native does not work in the browser, so we'll be able to preview what is going on and to able to visualize. We use what is called simulator. And what if you are on Windows, okay, download what is called Android Studio. Okay, go to Android Studio and download download the Visual Studio Android Studio Code for able to run your Android phone on your computer. Okay, so go download. So after downloading, just click install. And then after installation, you will see something like this. Okay, actually I'm using Mac, so you see something like this, and this one will serve as a copy of font to run to test your app. So when you come to configuration here, you click on, after you install, and click on Avd Manager, and this is what you see here. Okay, and then you can create what is called let me go back and see once again. Create virtual device. It's like a font, so I have one already created. So click here and then click on next. Okay, and select R, whatever. You can select any of these recommendation and click on next, and then next it will download. And you see, so when you click on, sorry, what is it, when you sorry, where is my Visual Studio Code? Oh, sorry, I closed it. Sorry for that, guys. So when I click on configure and go to Avd Manager, and you will see that this will open. So I'll click on run, and you can see I have a copy simulator, that's my Android phone, running on my computer. This is we are going to use to test our app. Okay, and if you are on Windows, sorry, Mac, you need to download Xcode. Okay, Xcode can be downloaded from Apple Store. So you just type in Xcode, and click on Xcode. You search for Xcode. I've already installed. Click install. After installation, that is all. And to be able to run your app on both Android and our iPhone, what we do is that first, let's go to our command line to start our app. So start this command, yarn start. Okay, yarn start will bootstrap the server for Android. It open our Android app, and then the, what do you call it, iOS app. Okay, so as soon as you start, you click on yarn start, this window will pop up. Okay, and it tells you that it gives you the logs, how your app is running. It's like if it's in the web, I will call this one the console. Okay, actually the console for, okay, so now you can see on your left hand side, you see this barcode. Okay, so if you want to test, if you couldn't run Android Studio on your phone, or you cannot run Xcode on your phone, sorry, on your computer, you can use your phone, okay, to run. So what you do is that on your phone, what phone you are using, either iPhone or Android, go to your store, Apple Store or whatever Android and Apple Store, just download what is called Expo. Okay, Expo, EXPO. And after you install Expo on your phone, what you do is that just use your camera and then scan the this barcode here, and automatically Expo will open a pop-up window for you to open, and you can view your app on your phone as well. Okay, so for us, I have already installed my Android Studio Code and my Xcode. Here I can quickly run. So when it's open here, you can see you have a couple of commands here. To run, so okay, to run the app with live reloading, choose one of these. Okay, one, scan the QR code above with Expo app Android. Okay, like I told you. And if you want to run on your computer, if you have installed both the Android Studio Code or Xcode, for Android you need what? Android Studio Code. Okay, so for Android, just press A and it will open Android emulator for you. Okay, so now let me open it by pressing A, and then let's look here, installing Expo on device. I say okay, so it's installing Expo on my virtual device. Cool, look here, something wonderful is happening. Okay, and I also like to open this one on my. You see that it's building up the JavaScript bundle, so it's like I'm installing my app on my virtual device. So that's cool, guys. Okay, so next one is I want to open the same app on my iPhone. Okay, for this matter, you shouldn't open the the Xcode. Just type in I, okay, and this I is opening what? Look here, it's automatically opening my iPhone virtual simulator on my machine. That is cool too. Wonderful. Okay, so while we are waiting for the first time, it's take a little bit longer, so be patient. And now let's see our first React Native app. You see here that the building JavaScript bundle. For the first one, yeah, it take a little bit of time, like I said, so extra patience, and then when it get finished, you see our app being created. That is cool. Wow, my iPhone here has finished. Now you can see I have my first Android app, sorry, my React Native app running on my iPhone. That is cool. Okay, so the next section I walk you through the component to start create your first component and run it on your visual device. Thank you guys, and keep